friends, in this video I am going to discuss how we can define minimum number of teeth on the pinion if it is in contact with the rack gear. So if it is a rack and pinion arrangement, how we can define the minimum number of teeth on the pinion to avoid the condition of interference. So let's start the discussion how we can define the minimum number of teeth on the pinion for the rack and pinion gear arrangement. If any pinion is in contact or it is in meshing with the rack gear, so basically the tooth of the pinion and tooth of the rack is in contact and both are in meshing condition and power transmission is generally happen here. And here in rack and pinion arrangement, we consider the transmission of linear motion, and this transmission of linear motion is converting into rotating motion, and if we are transmitting the rotating motion, so it will convert into linear motion. So basically rack and pinion gear is used to transmit or to convert the linear motion into rotary motion or the rotary motion into linear motion. Now if we are considering the condition of interference when the teeth of the rack and teeth of the pinion are in meshing condition, so how we can avoid the condition of interference. See, if we are considering two wheels, one is representing the pinion gear and another is representing the driven gear, that is wheel. So with the help of addendum circle diameters, we can define the condition by which we can avoid interference, as well as there are some more terms like the tangent which is passing through the base circle, it should not be goes beyond the interference point, that is Mn, as well as minimum number of teeth on the pinion and minimum number of teeth on the wheel. So these four terms we can define to avoid the interference when there is a contact between the wheel and the pinion. Now if we are considering rack and pinion arrangement, so basically in rack and pinion arrangement we consider one gear that is called pinion and it is having pitch circle diameter. But if we are considering another gear which is in mashing with the pinion, that does not have a diameter, it is a straight bar, and on that bar, or we can consider rod, so on that straight profile or on that straight rod there are teeth are cutted. So this straight rectangular bar with number of teeth are called the rack, and this rack is in contact with the pinion. So here we can convert the rotary motion of pinion into linear motion of the rack, this is called rack, and we can also convert the linear motion of rack into rotary motion of pinion. So here to convert the linear motion into rotary motion or to convert the rotary motion into linear motion, this rack and pinion gear are generally used, as well as for the power transmission we use. So here if this pinion is in mashing condition with the gear, so how we can define the minimum number of teeth on the pinion which is in contact with involute rack to avoid interference. So let's consider this pinion with center O. This gear is representing, or these tooths are representing this teeth here, this is representing the pinion, and the center of the pinion we are considering O. Now if we define the pitch circle radius of the pinion, so it is represented by, it is given pitch circle of the pinion, and pitch circle radius we can define at the contact point of the pinion and the gear. So let us consider this is the line which is passing through the pitch point, and pitch point we are considering exactly at the pitch circle of the pinion and the axis or the point on the rack which is in contact with the tooth of the pinion. So that particular point we will consider and we will draw a straight line which is passing through that particular point, we will draw a horizontal line. So this particular line is representing the baseline of the rack, and when the baseline of the rack is intersecting with the pitch circle of this pinion, so that particular point we will consider as a pitch point. So P is representing the pitch point during the contact of the pinion and the rack. So here P is the pitch point. Now we will consider the base circle of this particular pinion. So on that base circle we will draw a tangent, and that tangent will pass through the pitch point. So let us consider the point of tangency as this point M, and this point M will pass through the pitch point P. And here this rack does not have any base circle because this is a straight rectangular element which is with number of teeth over the outside surface or over one straight surface, so it will not have any base circle. So we can say the diameter of this rack gear is infinite. So rack gear, we generally define a gear with infinite diameter. But here if we want to define the contact between the pinion and the rack, so this pitch point is representing the contact point, and here we can define the radius or the diameter of the base circle as a straight line. So this straight line, this particular straight line, we can define as the radius or diameter of the rack. And here this tooth profile of the rack is always considered as a straight line only. It will not have any involute profile. Involute profile we will only consider on the tooth of the pinion. So in that case what will happen? The straight profile of this, or the straight profile of the tooth of the rack, is in contact with the involute profile of the pinion. So in that case, if this is the profile of the pinion, so the straight profile of the rack will be in contact with the profile of the pinion. So this straight teeth or straight profile of the tooth of the rack will be tangent over the involute profile of the pinion. So here this particular tangent is passed through one particular point from the involute surface or involute profile of the pinion. So whatever tangent we will draw on the base circle, it will pass through the pitch point. So that tangent will be perpendicular to this straight profile of the teeth of the rack. Here this particular profile we are considering as the profile of the rack, and this is our tangent which is passing through the base circle, or the tangent which is passing through the, this is the tangent which is passing through the pitch circle of the pinion. So here from both the tangent, one tangent which is passing through the base circle, it is passing through point M, and it will also pass through point P, and it will intersect this particular tangent of the pitch circle which is passing through pitch point P. So pressure angle phi we will define here. So this particular angle is represented as phi, and whatever tangent we are considering which is passing through point M and pitch point, so we can consider tangent as PM. So this PM will be perpendicular to this straight profile. So here T is representing the minimum number of teeth on the pinion. R, we are considering pitch circle radius of the pinion. It will be in mm. So it is equivalent to mt by 2. On the basis of diameter of the pitch circle, we can define the value of R. So it will be mt by 2. Phi we are representing as pressure angle. So this particular angle is representing phi, which is the angle between two tangent. One tangent which is passing through the base circle, and another tangent which is passing through the tangent which is passing through pitch point. So here this is the phi. So this particular angle we also consider phi. So O1M we will draw. M is the point of tangency. So O1M we will draw. So it will be perpendicular to the tangent which is passing through the base circle, and O1P we can consider O1 or O, so it will be OM or OP, it will not be O1, or we can take O1M or O1P. So here I am taking O only. So OM is the perpendicular to the tangent of base circle, and this O1M is intersecting with the point of tangency, and this OP is representing the radius of the pitch circle. Pitch circle of pinion. So here if we want to define the addendum of the rack, so addendum of the rack we have to define when this particular rack gear is in contact with the pinion. So as we know, addendum we are considering AR into M. M is the module. So addendum is generally defined from the pitch circle to the addendum circle, but here there is no radius, no diameter we are considering for the rack. So only straight line we will consider. So this LH is represented as the addendum of the rack. As we know, this is the line which is in contact with the pitch circle of the pinion. So pitch point we are considering on that particular point. So from that particular line to the tangent over the base circle of the pinion up to this particular point. So LH we are considering as the addendum. This straight line we will consider because there is no radius for the rack. So this straight line we will consider as the addendum. So here we have to define this value of LH. So LH we will define with one triangle. So here we are considering one triangle PLH. Either we can take M or L. So this triangle from pitch point PLH we will define the value of LH. So it will be, here we have the pressure angle phi, so it will be PL sin phi. We have to define the value of LH. So it will be PL sin phi. Now we will define the value of PL also. Now let's take another triangle. So let's take the triangle OPL, this triangle. So this is a right angle triangle. So here from this we can define the value of PL. So PL will be OP sin phi. From this triangle it will be OP is the radius of the pitch circle, so it will be OP sin phi. This angle is representing the angle of obliquity or pressure angle, and OP is denoted by small r, so PL will be R sin phi. Now here we have PL sin phi as the addendum of the rack. So we have addendum as AR into M, that is equals to R sin square phi. Now we will simplify this term R so it is MT by 2 sin square phi. Now here we have to define the value of small t, that is the number of teeth on the pinion, to avoid interference. So M and M will cancel out here, so we will define the value of t. So this is the equation which is representing the minimum number of teeth on the pinion to avoid interference when pinion are in contact or in meshing condition with the teeth of the rack. So this number of teeth, small t, we will use, or this equation we will use to define minimum number of teeth on the pinion to avoid interference. So this is another condition to avoid interference when rack and pinion arrangement we are considering. Thank you so much.